So anyway, so guys, I'm looking at my life over here, and I have to say that no matter what, that there's a lot of competition out there for po population in terms of popularity, and you guys have to understand straight away that you have to grow yourself anyway. So you have to compete with other people for a crowd, and you have to beat the competition. And since you beat the competition, I see it's more how I feel that no matter what, that you need to go and grow yourself. So I'm actually understanding something now. I'm understanding how I need to focus upon understanding that no matter what, that I'm learning very quickly about life. I'm learning how to grow myself in the pilgrim of life. I'm learning to help myself to explain much more about what I need to do to succeed differently, and I'm looking for different ways to coexist with myself over here while also making a living way of opportunity for myself to grow and succeed. So I'm actually understanding straight away how, as I grow myself to deliver information, I'm delivering information differently, and I understand straight away that this world is never for me, but what is, I understand, is the words that come out of my mouth. So what I want to do is I want to let myself to have a better time potential with myself. I want to grow myself differently, and I want to help myself to understand much greater about life, because that's how I see life. I see life as a greater way to be, and because I see life as a greater way to be, I'm learning very quickly about life itself. So if you want to understand straight away how you can grow, that you can go and understand straight away how it's much more how it is. See, it's much more how you have to understand that you have to grow yourself differently is the case. And if you're growing yourself differently, then you're learning very quickly about life. And then you have all that you need already at your doorstep, because that's how you to be much greater, and that's how it is, I see. So no matter what I do a greater way of life for myself over here, and I'm learning something different. I'm learning how to go and understand straight away to mimic people, so I'm doing much greater. Like I say with this guy over here, I say it's all about this. I say now I do mimic people. I understand straight away that I'm looking to grow myself, but it's just the way it is. So anyway, so what I want to do is find myself much more helping. I find myself much more helping myself to deliver information services, but I let people believe that they're very smart, comparing it to what I'm doing. And what I'm doing over here is I'm learning that I have something to say, that I have to grow myself differently. And I mean, what you do when you have to consume content and you have to penetrate yourself to the lovely life. And guess what? I promise you, it's more how I feel. I feel no matter what, I'm learning very quickly about absorbing my time over here. To have a greater time with myself is a privilege. So I'm understanding straight away, today I've learned something, at least, about my life. That I'm learning very quickly about how people never want to watch you as much, because there's so much competition out there, that people find me boring. I mean, let's just say that. Or actually, people find me potentially boring. And they find that my success is never quite like other people's success. so they never ever find me attractive as much. So what I'm doing is a little bit that way. So I'm learning to just succumb to the fact that I have much more than they do, and they can say whatever they want about me, I lie, but it never changes the fact that I'm much more successful than they are. And they never want to admit that, so I'm actually understanding straight away to just keep going for myself, to grow myself, but I'm understanding straight away to just let it be. I let it be everything, I let everything be in a way of accordance, I lie, and I focus upon helping myself to deliver information. So, is it time to go to sleep? I feel that no matter what, that I'm learning very quickly that it can be time to go to sleep now. Oh, I feel that no matter what, it's more how I feel. I'm learning that if I never ever plan my life forward, then it's more about consuming content. So I'm learning to just go and dwell upon that, so I can go and just live my life. So anyway, so guys, as I grow myself, I'm looking to upload my YouTube video online into YouTube, and it's much more how I feel to deliver content that's nice and beautiful for you guys, and it's much more how I need to grow myself differently. So I say how to persuade yourself to freedom to deliver more. So anyway, so it's much more how I feel that as I grow myself differently, I'm looking for ways to improve myself, guys. And as I improve myself, I'm looking for better ways of dealing with life. And I'm looking for areas of life to increase my fondness and destroy nothing, but I'm looking to help myself to have a greater time with myself. So that's how I feel. I mean, I feel different. I feel that no matter what, that as I grow myself differently, I'm looking to help myself to succeed. And that's what you guys need to do. Like I say, you guys need to persuade yourselves to live a lifestyle that's much greater than yesterday. And you need to go and grow yourself differently, guys. So I'm actually understanding something about my life, especially, is I'm learning very quickly about life. I'm learning quickly to help myself to succeed differently, and making sure I have more enough success all the time to go and love my life differently and to help myself to see greater and greater. So it's much more how I feel that I'm learning very quickly about my life. So everybody has everybody has their own life path in life, and you also need your own life path. But every single time you learn something very quickly, that your life path is something that you make in life, and something that you want out of your life, and it's something that you need to understand how to control, which is you, and you need to learn how to control yourself, guys. So as I grow myself, I'm looking for better ways to improve my life. So I'm looking for myself to understand that after 6 p.m. I see from 6 p.m. to 10 a.m. in the morning, I never play music via my portable speaker ever, no matter where I am. I mean, it's just the way it is. And that's already, let's have a look. I mean, that's my schedule. So I just go and say 8 hours times 365 times 71 divided by 24 divided by 30 divided by 12, which is 23 years of life. I can pump portable speaker. I say over here 23.99 euros. I can play portable speaker music between 10 a.m. and 6 p.m. only. I can always do anything that I set my mind to. I see now, from that point I minus times 71. I see 47 years. I see 47 years. I just say I never. I just say I never play portable speaker music between 6 p.m. and 10 a.m. only. I see now, that's my schedule, guys. I'm learning how to grow myself differently. I'm learning that I have something to say. It's much more how I feel. Now I've already done the exposition of my life over here. I'm showing you my life differently. I'm showing you that I'm learning very quickly about how to love my life. And I'm moving forward in what I'm doing. So as I'm moving forward, you guys have to understand straight away how it feels to go and love my life differently, and I'm learning very quickly how to live my life, but I see straight away that no matter what, that it's much more how I feel. I feel alone, and I feel that no matter what, as soon as somebody tells me to quiet down, I look at my schedule and I start quieting down those sections of my life, because life is saying, hey, be quiet. So as soon as life tells me to be quiet, I start being more quiet. And I have to be, because otherwise there's problems occurring. So what I do is a better way of life for myself. So I'm actually understanding that no matter what, and my dad's a smoker, but he never complains about how much he breathes. So it's probably because he's smoking away. Probably he's smoking in a way that he never realizes how much he breathes, probably. I'm not sure, although he smokes, but I understand straight away how I feel that I never smoke. So I understand that he did take my breath away, I'm pretty sure. I mean, it feels good to breathe, I'm pretty sure. The best thing in life is to breathe fully and be able to fully breathe, guys. You should never ever throw toxins down your lungs and down your heart. It's never worth it. What I do now is I learn to encourage myself to help myself to relinquish nothing but to do much greater, and I understand grace. I have grace only, and I have a greater way of dealing with life, and I'm learning very quickly about life itself and how to go about life. So what I want to do is help myself to see that I have to just help myself to do better, and I'm feeling my way through life. I'm feeling my nice and beautiful heart beating in a better way, and I'm learning to just enjoy myself, yeah? I'm learning to become everything I need to be daily. I'm learning to go sleep. I feel sleep is coming up for me, and I realize that. And I feel that no matter what, I have to drink some water. I drink some water for myself, and I go have a bottle of water over here. Have a bottle of water. Drink all the water so I can do better. So anyway, I'm learning how to grow myself differently. I'm making sure I have more enough space and time continuum to live my life freely. And I'm learning very quickly to just go and help myself to get my medication and start my medication. And I go and get myself a bottle of water, so I do better. So anyway, so I'm doing my life differently, and I'm looking for a better way to deal with life, but it's much more how I feel, that life is going a different way, in a different direction for me, personally. And why is that? Because it's a set path for me. I promise you, those people who are meant to be in your path will be, I promise you. I promise you, if they walk into your life somehow, it's been because they have to be in your life in that point of time to make a difference in your life. I promise you. See guys, so what you want to do is throughout your lifetime, just be steady upon understanding that you be taking your actual dose of medication that is prescribed for you only, and make sure you never go over or under. So make sure you're understanding straight away that it's much more how you need to feel your life much greater. So deliver content that's much better for you. But how you feel on a daily basis is what you come up with, and come up with a better basis of life. To understand that no matter what, that you're learning very quickly about life, and you're learning how to grow yourself differently, yeah? And learn how to go into your word I, and understand that's the light. I mean, that's the way, and the way is the words. Which the words is the way. So if you're understanding how to speak more words daily, then you understand straight away how you feel about life much more. And life is speak more words. Which if you can speak more words, you can be a better person. You can have a better way of life and a better deal throughout life always. Because you can speak more words, and you understand speaking more words is something that helps you to plan life ahead of the game. Because if you're speaking more words, then you're actually understanding life in a different way, and you're actually understanding how if you eat something so much, eventually it becomes much more difficult for you to have that spot to understand straight away that it never becomes difficult for you, but never be itching anything in life. I mean, never itch yourself. I mean, never scratch your itch, because if you scratch it, it becomes worse, aren't you? I don't know. Promise you now, what I'm understanding, I promise you what I'm understanding over here is I'm learning how to go and quickly throw back my life in a way that I'm learning very quickly to help myself to deliver information, and I'm delivering information differently, and I'm showing myself a different method of art. I'm showing myself that I can see in the word eyes only, in terms of the word I only, and I'm learning how to learn in my life over here. I'm learning how to learn in my life over here in terms of my word I. So forgive yourself for what you're doing in life, and guess what? First, you must understand, I feel that I'm much more, let's say, ready to go and fall asleep now, and I'm actually learning how to grow myself in the process of what I'm doing. But if you are somebody that's really living your life much greater, then understand that no matter what, it's more how you need to control yourself and be able to control yourself differently. I mean, be able to never scratch an itch, please. And that way you're enjoying yourself differently, and you're making sure that you have more enough success daily to fall asleep, and to make sure that you are loving your life, because that's how you actually grow. And how you grow is you breathe and you relax, and have a strange, unusual way of life over here. And I'm focusing on my life over here, to show myself that it's much more how I feel. I feel different. I feel I am learning. I'm learning my aspects of life differently. I'm going to bed now. I'm going to bed and I'm going to go sleep. And I love it now. I focus upon helping myself to go sleep because I feel it's time for me to enjoy my life over here. And I live that way. I'm learning how to grow myself in the best kind of fashion possible, and enjoy my life. And I'm looking at myself, and I'm looking at the nice and beautiful way of life, which is I'm a beautiful way of life, and I feel I'm learning how nice and beautiful it is to grow myself differently, and I'm looking for better ways of improving. But now's the time to improve. Now's the time to just see what to do. Unfortunately, now's the time to see that as I sleep, I want to be sleeping and talking to myself. I want to talk to myself. I want to talk to something that I am. But something that I am is right now. I need to have a shower. And I never did have a shower today. So what I want to do is just go wash my bum. I just want to go wash my bum. And I'll live that way. So I can do better for myself. See, so now it's all done. I'll make sure that no matter what, I'm learning very quickly about my life over here. I'm learning to deal with my life differently, and I'm learning to have myself a great time. So I'm actually understanding something that I'm learning to grow myself differently. I'm learning to penetrate myself and to grow and to help myself to help I to grow. And that's it. I just need to help myself grow, because the more I help myself grow and the more I watch myself in the mirror, be positive with myself, the better I am and the better I feel. I feel greater. I feel greater the more I speak to you. And the more I speak to you, the better I am, and the more I feel, and the more I can do. You must understand. So no matter what I do today, I am successful. I am successful to the point that I live my life. And I live my life to the fullest. I will make sure that no matter what, that my life is always much more than yesterday. I'm actually always dwelling upon a better way. I'm making sure that I'm feeling my way through the darkness of my life, because I have only light in my life. I only have light, and I understand it's just positive talk. Approach. If you can talk positively all day long, then you can live life much more, and you can succumb to anything that's positive in life. Approach. You just barely understand something, but you must understand to barely do anything in a way that you can do it only. So never do barely anything, but make sure you do it to the best of your ability. Make sure you overcome anything that's barely in life. In a sense, to make sure you understand that it's much more about positive thinking and positive scenarios all day long, and making sure that when you're speaking, you're looking for a nice and beautiful time with yourself, and you're making sure that you have much more to say in front of people and much more to do, and then you're actually always succumbing to a better way of feeling throughout life with yourself, to talk and talk and talk until the cows come home. In terms of talk and talk and talk until the cows come home. So no matter what, learn from it. Learn to succumb to a fruition of stamp duties with yourself and other people, and learn to have yourself a great time with yourself, yeah? It's more about that. It's more about yourself being able to have a great time with yourself. So learn how to have that nice and beautiful strategy for yourself. And that's it. If you understand straight away how I feel that no matter what, I'm looking at myself over here in the mirror. I'm making sure I'm learning very quickly about helping myself. And that's it. It's more how I feel every single day. I'm learning how to dress and dressing accordingly and doing a better job. I'm doing my aspects of life that help me grow. And I'm learning very quickly about life. I'm learning how to have my life ahead of me. So since I'm actually learning about life, I'm actually learning about helping myself to overcome abilities and strength and core signals, and I'm looking for a better way of dealing with life, guys. So that's what you guys need to do. So every single day, learn, yeah? I mean, learn to see what's exactly in what, and learn to see exactly what's in what, so you can understand straight away to do a great job. And literally, I understand straight away. I'm learning the impact of life and how you can impact life and how you can do life much greater. I'm learning, but that's how you learn, and that's how you grow. So as you grow, you learn, and you learn something different, and then you have to speak and enjoy yourself. See, so for myself over here, and I'm understanding something, that since I'm actually understanding life itself, and since since I'm actually understanding how to live life and how to travel Australia a bit more, I'm painting a picture of what I must do to succeed. So there's a jump. But how do I make the jump? I have to borrow the bank's money. How do I borrow the bank's money? I work a 9-to-5 job for a bit, and I borrow the bank's money. First, now, what can I do with the bank's money? First, I can only make free events with the bank's money. Or borrow a lot of money from the bank to do what? I get money from the bank to put into real estate to work for me. First, now that's the only way. First, the only way you can get rich right now is to get money from the bank and throw it into real estate right away to make money. First, that's it. And guess what? Put your 25% down payment into it and find yourself a nice and beautiful 1% rule for real estate. And now, guess what? That's what I mean. So you need $25,000 at least. You need $25,000 at least in Australia. For myself over here in Australia, I need to find a 1% rule in Australia with $25,000 put in already to make money over the long run. Is it worth it for me? I have to go to Germany. So no, over the next few years, it's never even worth it for me to do real estate. But look in the long run. Look at what's happening in the long run in real estate. The most you can make in real estate is 10 times your money. 10 times your money you can make on real estate. That's it. Regardless of the situation, you can make 10 times your money. And now, is it worth it for you? Guess what? What does Jesus Christ say? Jesus Christ says, that's the thing. He says that it can be worth it for you. It's a short period of time. Guess what? It's a long period of time and a short period of time to have money. But guess what? It's just like that. You must understand. So I have to go into the real estate application and find myself a 1% rule somewhere and find somebody who wants to give me that amount of money, and it can be worth it, but no. For me, no. It's never even worth it for me at all. Because I have to go to my mum. I have to go to my mum's house. So that's why I'm understanding something over here. I'm understanding to help myself to succeed. So a little bit that way, I'm painting a picture of how to do much greater. I'm just making sure I'm uploading my YouTube video over here, and I'm sticking to the procedure. But today I learned some nice and beautiful subjects. I learned something new today. And every single day I'm going to be learning much more and much more. But life is just like that. Life is just the way it is. But you must understand now that since I'm actually doing this, I'm actually understanding something. I'm understanding that my life is actually growing for me. And I'm growing my life around. But since I'm actually growing, I'm growing in a great direction. I'm making sure of it. I'm making sure I have more than enough success all the time to succeed differently, and That's how I find life successful. I find life is much better for me personally to be successful in what I'm doing, and that's why I'm actually growing myself anyway. So what I'm doing is I just went to upload something in my Nice and Beautiful YouTube account. So I'm learning how to grow. So what can I do now with money? Well, actually, guess what? Follow the freeway again. Follow the freeway. So that's why I'm following the freeway now. And actually now I'm actually seeing exactly much more about what I need to do. So brainstorming is the best way to find yourself understanding what you need to do. So brainstorm and make circles around your brainstorm. And just like that, it doesn't just like how I've done over here, is just how you need to do it. So make sure you understand straight away that as you grow, you shall succeed, and you shall also reap rewards upon what you love to do. So make sure you understand that. Make sure you understand that no matter what, that you're learning very quickly about life. So what I'm doing now is I'm understanding something, that there's a set path for me. Approach, there's a set path for my life. And my life is a freeway. For some reason, I'm going that way, and Jesus Christ tells me to go that way. Jesus Christ tells me go that way. That's a freeway for me. And there's a family there. Or should I have a family? Yeah. I have a family, and I'm closer to my mum as well. And it's much more how it is. And it's much more how I'm here now, explaining myself. But I'm actually understanding the bigger picture now. How do you understand the bigger picture? How do you grow the bigger picture? I can say only through words that you speak can you have a bigger picture in mind. Apparently, if you have more words that you said into the world, apparently that's the bigger picture of your life. Apparently, the bigger picture of your life is the words you speak. Apparently, if you speak 10,000 words, apparently your picture is 10,000 words. Apparently, if you speak 1 million words, then you have 1 million words of pictures. And that's a bigger picture of 1 million words. Apparently, those people who speak 50 billion words have a 50 billion picture. Understand? You must understand, the bigger your words, the better. And the more you speak words, the bigger your picture. You must understand. So if I speak 1 trillion words, I have a 1 trillion picture. I have a $1 trillion picture of myself and everything I have. So words is the way, and words is the foundation of life. Because what did Jesus Christ say? He said, I am the way. I am the way. He said, I am the way. And I am the way too. I am the way too. So Jesus Christ, I, is the way, and my I is the way. So that's why I'm learning. I'm growing myself, yeah? So I'm understanding straight away how I'm enjoying myself in the process of learning. But anyway, a little bit that way. A little bit, because I understand I deserve to have a great life for myself. And since I'm actually understanding something, I'm understanding, thank God, I have a great way. I have a great way forward. And I went to learn from Grant Cardone with the real estate program and all this. And I can still learn from him. I can still learn something. But the thing is, I learned something for nothing. I'm a student of everybody. I'm still learning something. I'm still learning the game. But the thing is, I'm finding my way throughout life. And now, I'm understanding the only way to find my way throughout life is to speak more words. And that's it. Make up your life from your own dream. Everybody has their own destiny. So now I understand I never need to use my dad's car again. I never need to drive my dad's car again. And thank God. I never want to drive his car again. Understand? Why is that? Because I never need his car. I never need his car. I understand straight away. I come back to the word I because I never need his car. And I understand straight away that I'm learning very quickly upon life. I'm learning how to succeed with my own self. I'm learning to become the best version of myself. So for myself at least, I'm actually understanding that I'm at most the best individual in my life. And that's it. Actually, it's much more how I feel. I feel different. So since I'm actually nice and beautifully helping my life to succeed, I realize I have excitement in my life. And why is that? Because I'm speaking more words. I say because I'm speaking more words, I have excitement in my life. And you guys have to understand to have the word I in each and every single sentence that you speak, because it's so foundational for you to be able to speak. Never cut the word I out. promise you, as Jesus Christ is. I promise you must understand, so no matter what, that as I'm learning and growing, that you guys can hear me out, and you guys can see straight away what I'm doing. But life is trying to penetrate you, and life is trying to kill you, and life is trying to damage you, you understand? But make sure you understand that no matter what, that nobody's trying to kill you, and nobody's trying to damage you, but life is trying to put you down, you understand? But guess what, I promise you, never put yourself down. I mean, never kill yourself. I mean, never damage yourself. I've been punched, I've been bruised, I've been scratched, I've been by people like that. And make sure you understand that no matter what, I stood up for myself. I said no. I say thank you very much. I say thank you very much for hearing me. I thank you. I move on. I understand? I understand people have been clawing me as well. I understand? I mean, it's more how I feel. But you must understand straight away that I'm listening to my heart. And since I'm listening to my heart, I'm finding a better way. I'm finding better pictures. I'm finding something nice and beautiful to say. I'm signing myself up for greatness today. And I understand straight away how I can flower. So over the next years of my life, I have everything I ever need, man. I have everything I ever need. And regardless of the situation, probably the worst of the worst. I mean, what's the worst that can happen? Probably the worst that can happen is somebody kills me. Or that's the worst thing that can happen. What's the second worst thing that can happen? Or the second worst thing happen in terms of that can happen is my dad or mum dies. Or one of my family members die. Let's just say that. Or what's the third worst thing that can happen? Or the third worst thing that can happen is I become homeless. I become homeless from that point. Probably the third worst thing is I become homeless. Probably what's the fourth worst thing that can happen? Probably from that point, I can say just that. I mean, what else can happen? Probably not. Probably the fourth worst thing that can happen is actually the third worst thing that can happen is my eye gets cut off, or my leg or limbs get cut off, or something like that. And then the fourth worst thing is homelessness. And then the fifth worst thing is what? I mean, what else can happen? That's worse than that. Probably that's it. Probably then I understand straight away. I'm living alone, so I let it be that way. I mean, every single night I'm learning how I want to have a night to myself, and I'm actually understanding that I'm young again, and I can go to nightclubbing. Yeah? But what for? What for? I feel that no matter what, I'm learning something. That in the process of helping myself to deliver information, I realized something. That I'm moving on, but I can go nightclubbing just to produce my music and to give my music. I mean, you're saying probably that's the only time. Probably now, guess what? Probably I feel like that. I feel that no matter what, that in the nights, there's too many junkies around, and there's too many drug addicts going around. So I never want to be around drug addicts that much. But I'm learning something anyway. I'm learning to have peace and quiet. And I have peace and quiet in my life much more. Because I was a night stalker. I was running around in night times. I was running away in night times. I was running toward poker. I was running toward these places. But now I'm doing much greater. I'm doing something much more. I never have time for poker. And that's because I'm doing my life much greater. And how do you beat a robot in chess? I mean, exactly just copy what the robot's doing. All the way. And outsmart it in that section. And that's it. Actually, how do you play people in poker and anything? Actually, you copy them exactly in terms of what they're doing. So how do you count cards? I mean, count what the dealer's doing. I mean, copy the dealer. And exactly what the dealer does is what you do. Actually, that's it. Actually, if the dealer shows you a 3, then make sure you understand that for you have to do a 3 as well. I mean, what does that mean? I mean, hit 3 times. Understand? I don't know. Or if the dealer shows you 17, Roshi, guess what? Roshi, you have to hit 17 as well to win money. I mean, same. I mean, you have to copy the dealer. I mean, try to copy the dealer. I mean, try to copy them. I mean, try to copy exactly what other people are doing in those poker games. So if poker games, I realize if they check, you check. Whereas if they raise, then you re-raise. I mean, same. I mean, try to copy them exactly. If they go all in, now you can go all in or you can fold. I mean, understand? I mean, trying to copy the table. I mean, the quickest way is copy the table and copy how the table plays. And if you copy everybody else and how they play, then you are copying exactly how you can play much better. Because how do you play each other? I mean, how do you play people in life? I mean, you copy them exactly as they're doing. Which if you want to role model anybody like Jesus Christ, I mean, how do you play Jesus Christ? I mean, you copy him exactly. Roshi, what Jesus Christ does is what you do. I mean, understand? Roshi, that's how you learn. So what can I learn much better these days? I have to copy much more of who? I have to copy Grant Cardone much more. I have to copy everybody around me. I have to copy people. I have to copy people. I have to copy. I copy everything. I copy everything from now on, and I've gone with Jesus Christ's name, and I do exactly as he does. I understand straight away how to copy people. I mean, understand? I realize now for myself, exactly. I mean, copy people and start doing these random stuff with yourself and copy people because you have a different way of pronouncing yourself and what you're doing. I mean, you understand? So realize something now that your life is different. I mean, your life is different. But how do you produce music? I mean, copy other people's music. I mean, start really singing their songs. I mean, start singing their songs. I mean, start doing what they are doing. And copy them. And try to idol them. I mean, try to idol other people. I mean, in a sense, so what I was doing with music production is I was trying to copy Deadmau5. I was trying to copy Deadmau5 in the way he does things. And did I learn something? I learned something from it. I learned how to do a kick much better. And I learned how to chop up some kind of sounds to do some kind of sounds. I mean, try to copy people. I mean, try to copy everything. But copy what Jesus Christ copies. I mean, copy, and who does Jesus Christ copy? I mean, Jesus Christ says, copy yourself only. I mean, Jesus Christ says, copy yourself only. I mean, Jesus Christ never tries to copy others. I mean, Jesus Christ just goes and becomes the only Jesus Christ. I mean, Jesus Christ says, although he copies everything as well. I mean, Jesus Christ says, copy everything. I mean, Jesus Christ copies everything. Exactly. So Jesus Christ says, copy the stool and copy the TV and copy your shoes. I mean, copy everything as well. I mean, copy the bag that you wear. I mean, copy everything. I mean, when you're copying stuff, I mean, copy stuff with copy stuff and copy everything. Because that's how you live life, and that's how you live life. So what do I copy here? I have to copy to get some girls. How? I mean, how do I do that? I have to talk to them. I mean, do I really have to talk to them? I have to copy that. I mean, I have to talk to girls. I mean, where do I talk to girls? I copy and I go speed dating. I copy them. I copy what they're doing. I join them in the dance recitals. I go dance with them. I go dance with the woman. I find myself a woman, but I copy the woman over here because I understand she wants me to copy her. I mean, copy exactly what they're doing, but copy what Jesus Christ copies. I mean, understand? I mean, copy that, and that way you're learning quicker. I mean, mimic people. I mean, mimic everything. I mean, copy everything, and you become something worthwhile. Say, damn! Say, damn, girl! Say, where'd you become the pussy? Say, where'd you become your pussy? Yeah?
See, see, straight to the pussy, huh? See, straight to the pussy, yeah. See, yeah, I licked that pussy, yeah. See, who says that? See, Chris Tucker. See, Chris Tucker never says that. Say, damn. Say, damn, girl. So where you going with your pussy, yeah? See, anyway, I have to go and do a video. See, now, I have to copy people and how they treat me is how I treat them. But I actually copy that. I copy that. And I do better. See, anyway, so if you want to grow yourself differently, then just copy yourself and copy other people. So other people are copying me over here and they're saying stay away from them. So I'm understanding straight away copy. So if you want to copy, I say copy something. So out there's nothing. Or there's nothing out there in the night time, and never ever goes in the night time anywhere. I mean, never travel in the night time anywhere. I mean, you guys understand? I mean, in the night time, never travel anywhere, other than where you are. I mean, understand? I mean, guess what? Promise you, it's much more how I feel. So now, since I'm understanding now how to copy, I mean, how do I copy popularity? I mean, how do I start doing something to get popularity? I'm not sure, but I'm going to copy other people and what they're doing. I have to copy other people for some reason. And for some reason, I understand straight away that popularity comes how? By copying other people and by doing stupid stuff. I mean, stupidity gets all the popularity today. So I have to copy being stupid today. I mean, stupid stuff gets popularity. I mean, stupid stuff. Yeah. I have to really, really help myself to explain something. So no matter what, that it's much more how I feel. That if you go and really, really be something much more, never be stupid. But guess what? I'm understanding that no matter what, that you copy yourself and copy everything that's happening, but copy what Jesus Christ does. I mean, copy what Jesus Christ can copy today. I mean, in a sense, so that way you're learning very quickly what you need to do. And now, every single day, I'm learning very quickly about life. I'm learning to copy myself and much more. I'm learning to understand straight away how I feel. And how I feel is that popularity is never the way to go, but yes, it is. For you now, Jesus Christ says copy everything and make sure you understand straight away how to live life. So, copy what you've done, but guess what? I realized I asked Jesus Christ to copy what I've done before. I see Jesus Christ says, why not? I mean, why not? I mean, copy what I've done before in terms of life and go and really, really study something around that and copy other people and use up their tracks and use their tracks as motivation for you to go and really, really make a music track for yourself. I mean, in a sense, so copy like that. But copy melodies and try to make a melody for yourself that nobody else made and copy other people's melodies and make it your own. I mean, copy other people's melodies and make it your own in terms of make it a bit different. I mean, in a sense, so every single time you're learning something, yeah? I mean, make sure you understand straight away how to feel about life and go and do something that nobody else has done. I mean, in a sense, so that's more words. If you do more words on encouragement, you're winning. You're always winning if you understand that. If you're understanding something about life, that you're learning about how to do life in a greater way. So, learn to copy people and learn to copy everything, because that way you're learning the true art of situations. So every single day, learn to go and grow. So anyway, so as you copy people, just copy people in a way of differences and make sure that no matter what, that you're learning very quickly about life. So mimic what people are doing. So if you understand straight away how to mimic people, then you'll understand straight away how you feel. So anyway, so as I go and grow up myself to be famous and I do something nice and great, I feel like making content over here to just make sure that I can go and really, really strike up content So straight away I feel like I'm copying somebody's reaction. So I'm actually understanding I'll let it be that way. I'll move on. I love myself anyway. I say every single day I'm learning how to grow myself. And I focus upon helping myself to grow. So I have no hate for anybody. I feel like making sure that I'm learning very quickly about life. And I'm learning how to grow myself in a better way and direction. So what I'm actually doing is learning how to have much more straightforwardness with my life. And I'm learning how to be much more in terms of what I'm doing. So as I copy people, I shall copy and I shall do life much greater, and I shall be a better person in the process. So that's what I'm understanding. So what I want to do is congratulate myself because I'm living in the words of life, and that's how my life is going forward. So my life is going forward, and now I'm painting a greater picture for myself now. I'm understanding that no matter what, I've been ahead of the game today, and I'm ahead of the game today. So I want to do a YouTube video right here to just perform and outperform people to do greater, and I'll let it be. See, so anyway, so as I grow myself differently, I'm looking to help myself to improve. So anyway, so as I'm really growing myself differently, I'm focusing on helping myself to deliver information services, and I'm learning to help myself to deliver information to grow myself differently and to help myself to have much more a greater service. And that's why I'm learning very quickly about helping myself to do greater. So how to copy and mimic people to grow audience and confidence. See, now that's how you actually understand straight away how to feel throughout life. So all the time I'm actually studying about how to actually mimic people and everything, and I'm learning how to go and control something of mine to actually live my life. So as I grow and grow myself differently, I'm looking for a better answer, and I'm actually understanding something that if you want to get with other people, then why do you want to get with other people? I realize it's much more how you have to understand straight away how you feel. So make sure you understand to go and have a greater attitude about yourself in the process, and make sure that you're somebody much more than yesterday in what you're doing. So that way you're learning about life much greater and you're delivering content. So if you're delivering content, guys, then you're actually understanding straight away how life is helping you straightforwardly, and your life is something that has to be growing in a greater direction all the time. So make sure that you're adjusting to a better way of life always, and copy people. I mean, copy whatever's happening, and make sure that no matter what, that you're learning how to dwell upon better ways of thinking. So if you understand straight away, if you copy something, then copy a greater way and greater function in life, and make sure that no matter what, that you're studying about life. But guess what, Branch, it's much more how you need to grow yourself. You need to grow yourself in a greater direction. So for myself at least, I'm looking for a better way of dealing with life. So make sure I understand that no matter what, I can always make some friends. I can always make sure I can be around friends and people. But if you give time to others, and if you give too much time to others, then make sure I understand straight away something. That straight away, you have to be careful, because other people can waste your time. They can waste your time, so make sure you understand straight away how it feels to make sure that no matter what, that you grow and grow yourself. So make sure you understand that you have to go and lift yourself to the occasion of being a rock star, and understanding straight away that no matter what, that your life is improving along the way, and make sure that no matter what, that you're learning very quickly about life. So for myself at least, I'm understanding that today has been a magnificent day for me so far, because I'm learning very quick art skills, and I'm learning the timing of everything. I'm learning how to copy everything that I need to do in my life. So right now I have to copy music production, and I have to copy people and how they do music. So I have to copycat people. So as I copycat people, I understand straight away how I need to go and grow myself differently. So I have to copycat exactly what they're doing, and I have to understand straight away how to grow myself from that point. So first of all, make a melody and make it a nice and beautiful melody that actually works. And that's how you actually do it from chords. Make your nice and beautiful music from chords. Make some chords and stuff like that, and then make sure that you can actually understand how to make chords for yourself, and then make something happen from those chords. And that's it. You must understand the nice and beautiful melody drift of happening, and it's happening for you to understand straight away how to grow your nice and beautiful explanation of what you are. So make sure you understand straight away how you actually give people silent treatment when they give you silent treatment, and that's it. Copy them. Copy them. Exactly as they are to you is how you have to be to them. So for myself over here, I realized that with him, I have to grow with him. So I have to send him a nice and beautiful YouTube video, and I have to show him something for life over here. And I have to show him that, hey, I have a nice and beautiful video over here that you can watch. So it's much more how it is. So it's much more how I feel. That as I grow myself, I mimic people. I copy and paste with people in a different way. And I learn something along the way that I'm learning very quickly about life. Guys, you have to understand straight away how it feels to love life differently. But if you realize something around life, and if you understand straight away how life is growing all the time, and life is making sure that no matter what, that you have the nice and beautiful persuasion party differently, and make sure you understand straight away that if you copy people and what they say to you, then copy the ones that are in the area, and copy everything. Copy as much as you can, and that way you'll have more popularity in your life. Why is that? Because you're more popular around people, because you're copycatting everything, and you're copycatting people, and you're making sure that no matter what, that you're learning how to frustrate nobody, but you're making sure that no matter what, that you have to have frustration that's good frustration in your life, and you have to understand straight away how to actually achieve all your goals. So make sure you understand straight away how to love your life. So for myself at least, I'm understanding that no matter what, I want to help myself to go and deliver content. So I want to eat something, so I eat some nice and beautiful noodles. I can eat some noodles now, and I'll let it be that way. And then I understand straight away how to feel throughout my life. So it's more how I feel. But my noodles, in terms of how I eat my noodles, is I eat my noodles in a nice and beautiful way of life over here. I make sure that no matter what, that I eat the noodles inside of the soup. And I can let it be that way. I can let it be just that way. I realize it's much more how I feel. I feel much more beautiful and different to understand something, that I'm learning something different along the way. That I eat the noodles and let it be that way. And first of all, I'm realizing something, that it's much more how I feel. That you guys have to enjoy yourself. You have to enjoy your life much more greatly. And you have to understand straight away how I feel. I feel nice and beautiful. But for my power tubing, guess what? It's much more how I feel. I feel a little bit for now. I feel that no matter what, that I need to start the power tubing around right now. If I start right now, it's much more how I feel. I may get some more muscles, but it's much more how I feel that now is the time to start power tubing. And it's much more how I feel to just deliver content. I deliver content for now, and it's much more how I feel that as I understand my operation, I have to get myself an operation, and it's much more how I feel that I have to grow myself. But there's plenty of time. I see 40s to 50s, I can get a nice and beautiful body. I understand straight away if I start now, or else by the time I turn 40, I have my nice and beautiful big muscle strength. I have big muscle strength by the time I turn 40. And a little bit that way. I can afford to understand something. I go the freeway as much as I can. and I'm never be that way. I just delay that for a bit more. I understand straight away that I'm never closing my life off to physical activities. I'm making sure that I can learn very quickly about life. I'm actually understanding something that the physical activity of my life is something that I can move forward with, and I move up, and I'm a little bit that way. So as I really help myself to acknowledge myself differently, I'm looking to help myself to explain that there's always time to go and do something that is nice and beautiful for me, and that's nice and beautiful ways of life. And I'm focusing on helping myself to succeed in the best kind of way forward. So I have to always deliver content in different ways. So if I deliver content in different ways, I'm explaining my life in the best ways possible. I'm learning how to enjoy myself. I'm learning how to study. I'm studying my life around. How do I study my life around? I'm studying the dictionary of being able to penetrate my nice and beautiful life ahead of me, and that's how I understand straight away how to live my life. But if I'm really abundant in what I'm doing, then I'm understanding straight away how I need to go and grow myself regardless of the situation. And then because I'm actually growing myself in the situation of love and interest, I'm actually understanding something. I'm understanding I'm ready. I'm ready to deliver content. I'm ready to love my life. So what else can you do but help your life to succeed differently, and make sure you work out. Work out with yourself. Work out with how you actually love your life. But life is different, and since life is different, learn how to live your life. Learn how to keep going with your nice and beautiful way of life in different ways, and enjoy yourself. Enjoy your freedom. Enjoy the freedom that you give yourself. So enjoy the aspect of life that is actually helping you to grow. So I realize what helps you grow is something that's really powerful, and something that's powerful needs to be growing you in different ways, and you have to grow yourself powerfully. So lift up your bicep muscle and really try to intensify your workouts by really trying to develop every single day the bicep, and trying to always deliver something that's quality. So if you deliver something that's quality work, then you'll actually understand how it feels to actually grow yourself in different ways. Just grow yourself in the best way, and never give up. Never give up on your bicep muscles, because you can get bigger bicep muscles if you just keep practicing. Daily. Be someone who practices daily on the bicep muscles, and get yourself into the equation of doing what you need to do so you can have that body you always want. You understand? Because it's time. It's time to lift up the occasion. It's time to physically be stronger. I see that never kill you makes you stronger. I see that which never makes you stronger. I see, now guess what? I see that what makes you and never makes you stronger. Do you understand? Try to really outperform yourself in the bedroom with yourself every single day, and try to perform in front of people. I mean, try to work on yourself. And try to work on your bicep muscles. And let it be that way. I mean, try to explain yourself and try to have much more honesty about yourself. That once you take off your shirt, that you're going to look sexy in front of people. And it's just the way it is, yeah? I mean, go for it. I mean, go for what you want in life. I mean, it's more how it feels. I mean, it's more how you guys need to grow yourself regardless of the situation. And I'm just working out here. I'm just making sure you guys understand that I love the power tube. I mean, the power tube is so excellent for me to be able to perform. And I'm learning how to grow myself differently. I'm learning how to just outgrow myself in different ways. I'm learning to help myself to deliver strength and vigor. I'm learning to help myself to perform and outperform myself daily. But exercise as much as you can throughout the day. I mean, exercise all your muscles. I mean, try to exercise daily and try to increase those bicep muscle. I mean, try to increase the bicep muscle daily and try to increase those muscle fibers daily. I mean, do you understand? So what you need to do is help yourself to really dwell upon life much greater and make sure that you're holding on to the occasion and that you're nice and smooth about it. I mean, do you understand? I mean, that's how you actually understand how to grow yourself, but grow yourself differently and be strong about this. I mean, be strong about wanting to improve yourself. I mean, once you start, just never stop. I mean, never stop once you start. I mean, you understand? Because it's about building those habits. And once you build the habits, you have to keep going. You have to keep exercising daily. I mean, it's either exercise daily or never exercise. I mean, exercise. I mean, that's how you actually grow. I mean, you grow through different strengths and different ways of performing and different ways of doing stuff. And then you're just enjoying yourself in the process of whatever you're doing. And that's how you actually make a living. You make a living through making much more attempts. I mean, make sure you love your life. I mean, you're making sure you're loving your life differently. And you're learning from the situation. I mean, you're learning from everything that you're doing. I feel that no matter what, that my bicep muscles are doing much greater. I feel that no matter what, I'm learning very quickly about life over here. And I'm learning how to just grow myself anyway. I'm learning how to have stronger bicep muscles. So what I do is I try to increase my bicep muscle fiber. And it's more how you just need to practice. just practice your ability strength. I mean, every single day, just focus on helping yourself to grow. I mean, if you can help yourself to grow yourself differently, then you can help yourself to have whatever you need in terms of whatever you need to succeed. And that's how you lift yourself. You lift yourself through making sure that you have the perfect opportunity to love your life. And that's how you lift. You lift yourself through dealings of life with different ways of being and different ways of saying something and different ways of helping yourself to make sure that you're nice and beautiful. And that's how it is. And lift yourself regardless of the situation. I mean, find yourself around town, around yourself especially. I mean, try to find yourself having much more empathy for yourself. I mean, if you can find yourself doing much greater for life, then you're going to find that nice and beautiful strength and tonality that you need. I mean, you have to keep practicing daily your muscle workouts. I mean, you have to be into it. I mean, you guys have to be into it daily. And you have to be helping yourself to achieve a greater quality life. I mean, do you understand? I mean, I understand anyway that you guys can understand what I mean about life. And learn to copycat. I mean, copycat people. I mean, if you copycat people, then you're structuring your life along with the measure of success. That you're saying straight away something that you're improving yourself along the way. And you're just enjoying yourself, yeah? I mean, try to look good for yourself. I mean, try to look good. And try to improve yourself. I mean, try to have the best kind of stance for yourself. I mean, try to help yourself to understand how to grow yourself. You have to always feel like you have a workout coming. I mean, feel like you've just done a workout for yourself. Because that's how you do it. I mean, you understand? So every single day I'm learning to focus on myself over here. So I'm focusing on helping myself to deliver content while also helping myself to do content with my bicep muscles. So that's how I'm actually looking at life today. I'm looking at life differently and a little bit that way. I can say you guys need to feel good. And you guys need to feel good for yourself over here. So I'm understanding straight away how I feel. I feel nice and beautiful. I feel nice and different. And a little bit that way. So it's more how I feel.